Hey, hey everyone, very good morning to all. Am I audible, guys?
Yes,
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, it's audible. Hi.
All right, thanks, Ratnesh. Give me 1 minute, we'll start. All right, so let me share my screen, then we can start. So, hi everyone, welcome to the session. And myself, Pankaj, and I'll be your instructor. And we are going to start today FortiGate Firewall, and that is the completely English batch. Okay. And from this, right, like today onward, we are going to cover each and everything for the FortiGate firewall. Means how the FortiGate firewall is going to be deployed, how the FortiGate firewall is going to troubleshoot, how any brand new FortiGate firewall is going to be step by step configured. So every aspect of the FortiGate firewall from today onward, we are going to discuss, and we'll start from zero, right? Everything from scratch. Let's suppose you are the new in the firewall, so we'll understand what is a firewall, how firewall is going to work, what is the key concept of the firewall, what is a stateless firewall, what is a stateful firewall, what are the firewall architectures we have. Even we discuss about when you deploy any firewalls, what is a prerequisite, how you can start doing the very first line of the configuration of the firewalls. And we'll try to understand what are different hardware model of the firewalls and which scenario, which model is going to be used. And also we'll discuss in case of the virtual deployment, let's suppose you deploy in the cloud infrastructure, AWS, Azure, and your private cloud like ESXi, KVM, right? Nodanic, like there are a lot of private cloud also infrastructure available. So how you can deploy those firewall, what is the deployment method, what are the resources required, and how you can make the connectivity from the firewall to your switch routers virtually. So everything we're going to discuss, and you guys know about me. Myself, Pankaj, I mentioned that I have total 16 plus year of experience in industry, and I'm a trainer and consultant. Just work for the multiple company like SCL. I work for the British Telecom. I work for the Tech Mahindra. I work for the Jetty Telecommunication. I work for the Rackspace till last year as a senior positions. I work on the architect role. I work on the technical management role as well. And right now I'm doing a complete training and consulting for the one of the major client as a corporate trainer, and also I'm giving a training like this kind of the public batch as well. So if you have any kind of the questions, not limited to the firewalls, I'm very much comfortable with the network technologies like CCNA, CCNP, CCI, SD-WAN, SDXS data centers, as well as firewall is also very strong from my side, like Palo Alto firewall, FortiGate firewall, Checkpoint firewall, Cisco firewall. And if you talk about Zscaler, so I'm instructor with Zscaler as well. So you can ask anything Zscaler Prisma Access and the F5 LTM wireless technology. So feel free to discuss any scenario if you have any question in your mind while doing any discussion. If you want to clarify, don't limit yourself to just firewall. We can have at least discussion, not we're going to deep discussion, we're not going to touch the topic base in very depth, we're not going to cover everything. We are going to talk around the firewalls because this session is just for the firewalls. But what all connectivity, how connectivity is going to happen in very high level and low level, definitely I will discuss because I have those ideas in the all deployment scenario for the actual production infrastructure of the firewalls. So feel free. About the Gwinnett Technology is a leading online training platform. And for any training, if you're looking for the Cisco, Versa, Zscaler, Palo Alto, like Vipel, SD-WAN, Azure, AWS, Checkpoint, F5, anything, you can reach out to the email info@thegwinnett.com. You can visit our website as well, www.gwinnett.com. And also the other support numbers, you can reach any of these number and you can put your query. So somebody is going to take care of your all queries, and definitely you are going to get some insight about that, your course, your how to get the lab access. In case of the lab support you're facing issue, also you're going to get documentations, And if you have any general query as well, you can just ask about these numbers or you can write an email as well. Right. All right. So let's just start, guys. So the timing of this batch is going to be 10 to 12. Okay. We are starting for 11:30 for today onward, but we'll try to make 10 to 12:30 later after 1 week or 2 week because one of the batch may running from 10 to 11:30. The batch is about to finish probably tomorrow or might be the next Saturday it is going to finish. So once it is going to finish, we'll shift this batch from the 10 to 12:30. Will it fine for everyone? Ritnesh, Suman, Kalyani, Avinash, Akash, Parth, Ravi. I believe it's good for everyone, right? 10 to 12:30 slots. Do let me know if anyone have challenges for timing. Suman, for you, what do you think? Ritnesh?
That works for me.
Okay, let's work.
Yeah, sir. It's fine to me.
And Suman,
So,
I know you're waiting for since many months for this batch. So you comfortable, Suman?
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah, I know you're
very
waiting
much
for the
comfortable.
many months. So I know that there is a lot of Hindi batch was happened, but you're waiting for the English batch. So I noted last week your point, and there was some delay because my slot was booked. But
Yeah,
now I arrange the slot, so this training is going to be happen on regular basis. Don't worry about that. Okay.
yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, when it will be start exactly?
Yes, today just started,
Uh,
so it is going to be happen on daily basis now onward.
okay. Every weekend, Saturday, Sunday, it will start, right?
Yes, yes,
10 to
definitely.
12 batch.
Yeah. The batch will be started.
I have a question.
Yes, Ritesh, tell me.
Actually, I am planning to take the FCP certification.
Uh-huh.
So, will this course cover the full syllabus or module required for this exam?
Okay. Let me discuss this topic first, then we'll back to the topic. Okay. So that is very good question. Uh, Ratish is talking about certification. The certification is FCP certification, right?
Yeah, right.
This is known as a FortiGate certified professionals. So these FortiGate certified professionals is going to be 100% covering this course. And how it is going to cover, let me discuss about that. So if you go and talk about FortiGate certification roadmap, you go and open any of the link. Let me open that. See, so earlier we have the different NSC certifications like NSC 8, NSC 6, NSC 7, NSC 4, NSC 5, right? NSC 3 and NSC 4. So earlier people are just doing NSC 4 or NSC 5 for the certification point of view. But now the certification has been changed. As per the new certifications, you're going to get the new certification level is a first certification, Fortinet certified fundamental. You don't have to do that. Fortinet certified associate. You don't have to do that. For me, what I'm going to cover that Fortinet certified professional, which is going to equivalent to NSC 4 and NSC 5. So this is going to be cover your FortiGate certified professional secure networking. They have the lot of modules. Even in the FCP, there are all 4 modules. One is the SASE, one is the cloud security, one is the security operations. So we are not going to cover the SASE. We'll definitely discuss in high level what is the SASE. We are not going to discuss about the cloud security. We are not going to discuss about the security operations. We are going to discuss purely in the secure networking. And that is going to cover NSC 4 and NSC 5. I'll talk what is inside the NSC 4 and what is inside the NSC 4. After that, we have the higher certifications. That is a Fortinet Certified Solution Specialist. This is going to cover NSC 6 and NSC 7. So again, you can see if you are go for the in networking, yes, secure networking is going to part of the NSC 6 and NSC 7. That is going to cover more advanced feature of the FortiGate firewall. I'll discuss what is that as well. And the highest level certification is the FCX, Fortinet Certified Expert, and this is for the cybersecurity. So if you are becoming the FCX, this you have the all kind of knowledge and you have the 360 view of the FortiGate product. But what we are going to target? We are targeting this Fortinet certified professional And this we have multiple exams. If you want to stay in the secure networking, this track. So there is four things we have to cover. The 40 manager, 40 manager administrator, the 40 NAC administrator, 40 switch administration, secure wireless administration, and then we have the LAN administrator. This is the NSC 5. But out of these four, you have to cover only one, not all. Okay. NSC 4 is going to cover complete 40 OS administrator, equivalent to means the FortiGate firewall. Means for NSC 4, you are going to learn everything about the firewalls. Means how firewall is going to configure NAT, PAT, AD integration, advanced SSL inspections, how the different deployment mode we are going to do that. What is the HA configuration? What is the routing going to happen? What is the policy is going to be there? So everything for the 40 OS is going to be complete NSC 4. But if you want to become the
Extremely severe alerts. Indeed launches cell broadcast using indigenous technology. For instant disaster alerting.
give me 1 second, guys.
ये हर जगह चल रहा है।
सेवा शुरू की है
Something is come.
जिससे नागरिकों को आपदा की तत्काल सूचना
देखो देखो
सतर्क नागरिक
लाइव
सुरक्षित
क्लास है उसमें भी आ रहा है।
प्राप्त करने पर जनता को कोई कार्यवाही करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। यह एक परीक्षण संदेश है भारत सरकार।
I'm not able to stop this. I'm not able to stop. It's my mobile was on silent mode, and suddenly this has been pop-upped, and I was surprised what happened. There is some virus attack or something because I'm using the iPhone, and iPhone is quite secure. So I was totally surprised, Krishna Raj. Okay. All right. So it looks like some demo message is coming from Government of India. And that's a good, right? Good initiative for the any disaster, any kind of the emergency situation. They can pass this message, even mobile in silent. So it is going to be pop up on the your screen, and then message is going to be called out by the any of the anchor or maybe the AI tool. All right, so back to the topic, guys. So this is something NSA 4. NSA 4 is going to be completely your 40 OS administrator. But if you want to become a certified engineer, this is not going to be make you the FCP engineer alone. You have to cover any of the exam out of this four exam. So what we are going to cover, Ritesh, we are going to cover 40 manager administrator. So if you are going to cover this 40 OS and then 40 manager administrator, you are going to become the FCP engineer. So both modules we are going to cover. We are not going to cover the wireless switch and 40 NAC. We're not going to cover, but only we're going to cover the 40 manager and the 40 OS. It makes sense, Ritesh, for your query?
Yeah, right. Okay, I understood that. And also
Okay.
this 40 OS administrator is covered in the troubleshooting level also, right?
Yeah, definitely everything. I'm going to show you everything. So 40 OS is everything for the what I mentioned in the opening statement.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about the best
Study debug
deployment
command level.
scenario, command level, right? CLI is GUI, right? If you have any kind of the new deployment state, how you're going to do that? Any kind of the brownfield deployment, greenfield deployment, then all we are going to discuss about that and the best cases as well. Suman, yes, please go ahead, Suman. Ask your
Yes,
query.
sir. Yes, sir. Sir, is it like mentioned like SD-WAN and 40 SASE also there? Is it covered those stuff?
No, that is a
Like,
separate module. We have the different batch
uh-huh.
for the 40 SASE and SD-WAN. We have
Okay.
this is something different. SASE is totally different product. Okay. We
Okay,
are going to focus on the exam. This 40 NSC 4 and NSC 5, one module, 40 manager. Now, if
Okay.
you guys talk about the exam phase, this is going to be your 200 US dollar. Okay. So if you're booking the exam, it's going to be 200 US dollar for the FortiGate firewall. So you have to give two exam. And if you go for the 40 manager, this is going to be again 200. So if you want to crack both of the exams, the total 400 US dollar you have to pay to just become the FortiOS. So you have to book this exam directly from the Pearson View websites. And there is an online option available. You can book the exam from the online, and you can visit the center as well, and you can just crack the exam. This is about the certification. Any questions regarding certification, anyone? Or we are good till here, guys? I am assuming we are good till here. But do
Yes,
let
sir,
me
it's fine.
know if
Sir,
anyone.
sir, will you provide this exam question models or something like
That is, I cannot discuss right now with this because right now it's a live. Okay. We'll discuss offline regarding this. Okay.
Okay,
Later.
okay, thank you.
All right. Moving further. What we are going to cover, right? And what is a FortiNet, right? So FortiNet, if you talk about the history of FortiNet, because we have a lot of firewalls available in the market. In the market, if you're going that, not only the FortiGate is a lone product. If you talk about the firewall, there is two terms we are going to get. One is the firewall. Another is going to be get next gen firewall. So we'll try to understand what is the difference between the firewall and next gen firewall. So if you talk about the firewall is basically, it's known as the legacy firewall. What is the legacy firewall? Legacy firewall is basically your old firewall. So anything you talk about the legacy firewall, or you can talk about the old firewall, that's known as your firewall. Means this is basically going to know as your.
Cisco Asia, these all are comes under, let's say, firewall only. So.
Give me one second. Oh, it's not. Okay. So anything you're talking about the firewall, that is the old firewall, legacy firewall, like Cisco ASA is one of the example as you give that. And if you talk about the next generation firewall, we have the multiple firewall, like Palo Alto is going to be there. Very popular Palo Alto firewall is going to be there. You are going to get the FortiGate firewall. It's a very popular firewall. You're going to get the checkpoint firewall. You're going to get the Sophos firewall. Cisco FTD firewall, right? These are the firewalls, etc. So on a lot of firewalls available in the market. These all firewall is known as the next generation firewall, but they all fall under the condition of the firewall. Means even Cisco ASA means legacy firewall or NGFW firewall. This is known as the NGFW firewall. Means next generation firewall. Both firewall are going to be do all kind of inspections for your company need. But there is a difference. Means it's not like exactly the same the firewall is going to be work. No, it's not like that. Think about you guys use the old mobile phone. Old mobile phone. Like if you talk about the old mobile phone means like Nokia 1100. I don't know you guys use or not. 1100 series. Like basic phone I'm talking. Old means basic phones. Basic SL market having the basic phones. For that you can do the call. You can do the text messaging, right? And what else you can do that? You can do the call and text messages. That's all. You can play a little bit games as well. But if you try to use the any kind of the internet, you are trying to play YouTube, you're trying to do the live video streaming, you want to run the WhatsApp. This all is not possible. The basic things is only available like call, text, games. Means just basic feature. You can just talk, message, whatever you want to do that, you can do that. But you cannot do the any new things. But when you talk about the new phones, right? Smartphones, or you can talk about the new phones. These new phones are going to do a lot of things. What are they going to do that? These new phones are going to basically do calls as well. They're going to text message also. They can send that. You can play the games as well. Along with that, you can do the video call. You can run the YouTube. You can run the Instagram, right? You can run the Facebook. You can run the email. You can run the like Teams chats. Means anything over the internet you can do the any application you want to download upload. It is absolutely possible. So this phone's having a lot of feature. This is also phone. This is also phone. But smartphone having the more feature, more functionality, more CPU, more processor, and even have to pay the more money about that. But they will give the all things which is going to meet your day-to-day need. Similarly, if I talk about the firewalls, legacy firewall is basically your old generation firewall. Then this is known as the old generation firewall. You can just put the old gen firewall. These firewall having the basic feature. What is the basic feature? Basic features, that means they can do the inspection, means firewall do the traffic inspection. Traffic inspection. What traffic inspection they can do that? They can do the layer 2 inspection. Layer 2 inspection. In this layer 2, basically, they are just going to see based on the MAC address what action you define, and they're going to take an action. So MAC is going to filter and action is going to happen based on the MAC. So MAC based action is going to be applied. So that is a layer 2. They can do inspection on the layer 3. Layer 3 inspection also they can do that. Means layer 3 inspection is basically IP based action is going to be happen. They can do your layer 4 inspection. Layer 4 inspection means they are going to do actions based on the port numbers. Whatever action you want to apply, either allow or block. So basically, these firewalls are just dedicated for the layer 2, layer 3, and layer 4. If you want to do any inspections, if you want to do any inspection based on the layer 7, means the applications, not possible. Okay, not possible in this particular firewall. Means if you want to block any application, let's suppose it's my Facebook application you want to allow, your any Instagram application you want to allow, any kind of the other application like Teams applications, YouTube applications, Twitter you want to allow or block, any kind of Google Drive, Box.com, Salesforce, means we have a lot of applications available, almost 10,000 plus application available in the market. So if you want to define policy based on the actions, either allow or deny, it's not possible. If you want to monitor the content is basically a payload. Means if any file you're downloading on the internet, uploading on the internet, if they have the virus, they have the virus, they have the malware, and they have the vulnerability, etc. Means right, it is not possible. This firewall cannot identify, right? If you want to do the SSL inspection, SSL inspections, you guys don't know what is SSL inspection. Means if any HTTPS traffic, encrypted traffic have any malware, any vulnerability, any DLP, even DLP is also going to be there. Any DLP you want to protect, this is not possible. I'm giving the example. This legacy firewall not possible. If you want to integrate the AD base policy, AD base means Active Directory based policy you want to create, it is not possible. We have a lot of things, right? So I'm giving the examples. I will show you this how is it going to possible. Means how it is going to be configured, these all things. So we'll explore this. So the old generation firewall, basically it's a basic firewall. They can do the layer 2, layer 3, layer 4 inspection. But if you want to do any kind of the next generation inspection, it is not possible with your old firewall. But if you want to do the same thing with your new firewall, like this next generation firewall, he can do everything. He can do the layer 2 inspection. He can do the layer 3 inspection, right? He can do the layer 4 inspection. It can do the layer 7 inspection, right? It can do the virus, malware, I'm putting the short name, vulnerability, DLP, etc. Everything. It can do the SSL inspections, right? It can do the AD integrations, AD base, inspections, etc. So basically, in next generation firewall, you have a more feature. You have a more feature and more thing you can do via your next generation firewall. Means you are planning
क्या
to
हो गया मैशू बाबू?
please Krishna mute yourself, Krishna Raj. So basically, if you want to do that, any kind of the firewall deployment of the next generation firewall, this next generation firewall have lot of function, lot of features, which is going to meet any next generation enterprise network requirement. And based on that, they are going to apply the policy, right? So this is the basic difference between the next generation firewall. Now, if I talk about the vendors, these all vendors nowadays, whatever vendor I mention here, these all vendors nowadays offering the firewall feature that is a next generation firewall. None of the vendor in a market right now offering the feature for the legacy firewall because it's old, outdated. Nobody is going to buy that. Very less people in the market is going to buy in the basic phone. Means you can find this basic phone from the person who is going to very old generation person, might be our grandfather, right? Our father. Probably they're going to use. Even for me, especially, my mother, father is using this, especially smartphones, even they are the 60, 65 plus. So I've seen even the village area, some people are using the basics phone, but most people are, if I talk in the rough number, means in the general way, are using the smartphones. Even they are a rural area or might be within the urban area. It doesn't matter because everyone like to see YouTube. Everyone is like to see versions. They want to see the news. Nobody is watching the TV right now. Everyone is watching on the mobiles. So everyone like to have a mobile phone in their pocket. They can talk. They can love to do the video calling. So that is not possible with the basic phone. Similar way, if you talk in the general perception in the market, almost 100% of the customer, because this is the business requirement. It's not like something you just have to use for the entertainment purpose or luxury purpose. No, this is for the business requirement. And business need security. You need to protect your business from any cyber attack. And if you talk about cyber attacks are growing day by day. Daily basis, billions of attacks are happening across the globe. Billions of attack I'm talking about. Multi-billions of attack are happening daily basis. Even you go and search in the Google how many daily attack, I'll show you on the Google as well. You'll find the number as well. Roughly number you're going to find that. There are a lot of company research tools are available who's going to produce the how many attack happening on a daily basis. So if you want to protect those kind of attack, so your legacy firewall is not enough for you. You must have to deploy some firewall that is a next generation firewall who have the capabilities to go beyond of this layer 2, layer 3 and layer 4. They must have to inspect the traffic layer 2, layer 3, layer 4 and layer 7 along with they have the engines like IPS engine, IDS engine. There is two engines by default they are going to leverage the IPS. IPS is basically intrusion prevention system. IDS is the, let me put it here. There are two engines are going to be there. One is the IPS, intrusion prevention system, and there is the IDS, intrusion detection system. So this is going to give the only alert, right? And this is going to be apply the actual actions. Means any action you want to apply, it is going to apply only the actions. So in short, none of the vendors, none of the company want to produce any legacy file. They all want to produce the next gen firewall, and every business is going to use that to protect any kind of the virus attack, any kind of the layer 2, layer 3, layer 7 that is going to protect it. This is the difference between the next gen firewall and the legacy firewall. Any questions still here, guys? Any doubt? Any questions? Please let me know. Okay. All right.
Clear, sir.
Let me clear this board. And if you go in the Google, right, and search it, how many cyber attack happen per day? So approximately it's 600 to 700 millions. It's daily basis attack is happening. So if you can see total daily threats is Microsoft procedures 6 billion daily phishing threats, while Cloudflare 25 billion potential threat. So you can see this is a very big number. 225 billions potential threats. So you can see target rate, a new hacker attack occurs every 39 seconds, equating more than 2,200 attack daily basis. So there are a lot of parameters, but there are if you go for especially in the rough manners, more than billions attack are happening in the per day. So to protect those attack, we require the robust cyber security defense. And what is cyber security defense? That is a firewall. So firewall is going to be always there to just protect your all infrastructure, protect your all network. If there is no firewall, you cannot protect that all infrastructure, all your things. Let me switch my network. Give me 1 second, guys. There's a minor disruption. Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, you are on.
Okay, thank you, Kalyani. Okay, so there was some disruption by network. So I'll discuss the lab as well, how the lab is going to be accessed. Now let me discuss a little bit more about history of the FortiGate firewall. So if I talk, because we have a lot of vendors in the market, in all vendors, they have some history, they have some head offices, they have some products. Similar way, if you talk about the FortiGate firewall is a cyber security company because we are talking about cyber defense. So cyber defense, the firewall is going to act as a cyber defense, means millions or billions of attacks are happening on daily basis. So we need a robust defense system to just protect. Let's suppose our neighbor country is attacking on our country. So we need a very robust defense system like BSF, army to be deployed on the border to just protect, or even the air force to just defense any kind of attack. That is not an air defense system. It is going to happen from the air. So you use the air defense system. For the road, we use the BSF and the army, who is going to be directly shoot the people who is trying to do any kind of infiltrations from the borders. Similarly, FortiGate is cyber company. Headquarters is Sunnyvale, California. The company developed a security solutions like FortiGate firewalls, endpoint security, intrusion prevention detections, and also they have the multiple office located across the globe. And his founder is the brother of the Kenji and the Michael Z. They founded the company in 2000, right? And the company first product is basically FortiGate firewall. Later they added lot of things, and they announced a lot of certifications as well. So you can see they have a lot of product nowadays available in the market. But might be most of the time people are very confused. Sometime if I'm going to use the word, you're going to be always confused. The word is going to use a Fortinet, or I'm going to use the word as the FortiGate. Are they same? So let me clarify. Fortinet is the company name. If you talk about the Fortinet, it's a company name. Okay. And this company have multiple product. Like one of the product is a FortiGate firewall. That is one product. FortiGate Manager, FortiManager, like Forti Switch, or Forti, you're going to find that AP. So there are a lot of product is there. So Fortinet is the company. Okay, this company have the multiple product, like FortiGate Firewall is one product. We have the FortiManager as well, FortiSwitch as well, and the FortiIP as well. So you can find multiple products. Let me show you. But FortiGate is the firewall and Fortinet is the company name. Clear? I don't think there is any confusions. So don't be confused if I'm using the Fortinet or FortiGate. If I'm using the Fortinet, you think about I'm talking about the company, and FortiGate is the firewall. Let's talk about the product. I'll discuss about what is the firewall. But if we talk about the product, this FortiGate is one product, but Fortinet is having a multiple product like FortiAnalyzer. We have the FortiADC, FortiCNP, FortiDeceptor, Forti Email Security, FortiCloud, 40 EDR, 40 switch, Ethernet switching, cloud native firewalls. See, 40 IPS, 40 LAN cloud, 40 manager, 40 OS carrier, 40 PAM, 40 OS. This is the actually firewall, and 40 monitor. So they have a lot of product. Sandbox, same, 40 tokens, wireless LAN, web application firewall. So there are a lot of product and a lot of certifications. If you want to learn any specific things, because certification have a lot of products, so you have to learn required. Means any company, if planning to buy a firewall, so why this firewall is important for the company? That also we have to understand, because we understand what are the vendors available in the market for the firewalls, and what is the difference between the old firewall versus new firewall. That also we understand. Now we have to talk why firewall is very important in the market. So the one thing we have to understand, as I mentioned, that cyber crime are very increasing day by day. Means in your company, we have the two type of the assets. Basically, one is the physical assets, and another is going to be your digital assets. Anyone can give me the example of the company physical assets? Especially I'm talking about the IT. What is the physical assets? Physical IT assets. Let me put IT and IT. What is the physical assets? Any examples? Anyone know? Try to speak, guys, little bit. Suman, what is the physical IT assets? Kishan, Kalyani,
Laptop, router, switches.
Yeah, physical
yes,
asset. Yeah,
laptop,
printers.
IP phones, CCTV, right? Router, switches, printer. These are going to be your physical IT assets. Make sense? But let me put the etc. What are your digital IT assets?
Digital means data. Data.
An example? That's correct, data. But what is example? Like
Emails.
PDF file, right? Excel file. Is anything is showing on the computer, that is going to be your digital assets. So always what happen when cyber attack happens? Whenever the cyber attack happen, what kind of the destroy they are going to do that? It's going to destroy your physical assets or digital assets, or they are going to attack where? Physical asset, basically they're going to be compromised, or digital assets are going to be compromised. Definitely digital assets are going to store in the physical assets, but where the impact is going to happen? Let's suppose I did your cyber attack on the computer. So I lock your computer. Computer is still going to stay with you, but your entire OS is going to be encrypted. So you're going to lose entire data. So basically, whenever cyber attack happens, always you're going to lose or compromise your digital assets. Your physical assets are going to be stay with you. You can just format the physical assets. You can remove the OS. You can wipe the servers. So your hardware is still going to be there. It is not going to be taken by the hacker sitting on the internet. No, your hardware is going to still there, but inside of the hardwares, you have a lot of kind of the information that is going to be might be out, or might be they're going to be encrypted, might be they're going to lock, they're going to ask money. So whenever you have a this kind of a scenario, you have to use the firewalls to protect this kind of the situation. How it is going to happen, we'll discuss about that. But let's talk about the physical assets. How you can make the security for physical assets. Physical assets is only possible to be get out from their company from physical door. This is the exit gate or might be the entry gate. Employees are coming from this gate or going out. So everyone is coming, going out. There is a
Hello?
security is going to check every time what time you're entering, what things you're carrying inside of the company, and what thing you're carrying outside the company. Most of the company, even for a Tech Mahindra, I have seen different companies, they check your baggage as well. I have seen big MNCs as well. Especially I work for a Tech Mahindra, I have seen whenever you go for the company, your baggage are going to be checked. When you're going to out, your baggage is going to be checked. This is the best practice. So basically why they do that? To just avoid any kind of the threat, means if any person is trying to get out any physical devices from your company, that is going to be check and protect. So your physical, any device, kind of the things is going to be out, or any kind of the other prohibited thing you are going to take in, that is going to check physically. But this gate is going to protect your physical infrastructure. But what about digital? Digital is basically if you have one of the router connected here, router is connected with the internet. This is your internet. This is connected with the router. Now this computer is connected with the switch. Let's suppose this is my switch. Computer is connected with the switch. This computer is having the multiple critical data available in this computer. Might be they have the files, they have some kind of the project data, HR having the company data, and let me give me 1 second. So there are a lot of data is available, and based on that data, if someone is going to try to upload those data on the internet, then nobody is going to be check what data he is uploading on the internet, what data he is downloading on the internet, because data is going to be out from this way to the internet. Because router is not capable to understand data. They not understand the virus. They not understand the malware. So any hacker trying to inject the malware, spying activity, vulnerability attack, router is not capable. So digital door are going to be open. And if digital door are open, anyone going to be come outside to the company and take your access of the network. Anyone want to exchange data on the internet, it is also possible. Anyone to save data on the internet, it is also possible. He can just upload data on the internet. You make your physical door secure by employing the security guard, CCTV camera, but digital are still open. So still you have the high risk to destroy your company image by losing the data access, by losing the server access. So to protect this situation, we can use the firewalls. So firewall is going to act as a barrier. So we can deploy one of the firewall here, and it is going to act as one of the security guard, security barrier, which having a responsibility, any traffic coming in from the internet to the LAN infrastructure, any traffic go from the LAN to the WAN infrastructure. Any traffic going in and out from this firewall, they're going to monitor. The very first thing. Monitor any index, MAC, IP, virus, vulnerability, DLP, because we're talking this firewall as a next generation firewall. This is my next gen firewall. So they're having a capabilities to monitor each and every actions of the firewall. Each and every action of the firewall means whatever you're doing on the firewall, they all are going to monitor. Based on monitoring, they're going to take an actions. Action could be either if you're saying I want to allow, then allow. If you're saying no, I want to deny, then it is going to deny. So it is the act as a digital barrier. Digital barrier means digital security guard, and they have the set up the rules. You have to define what traffic I need to allow from which source and which destinations, from LAN to WAN and WAN to WAN. So basically, whenever you talk in the firewall term, any traffic coming from the internet, that is known as a untrusted traffic. When traffic coming from the untrusted to LAN, that is known as a trusted. Means LAN is known as a trusted network. WAN is going to act as your untrusted network. So it is going to protect untrust to trust communications and trust to untrust communications. So if you just read what is a firewall on the internet as well, what is a firewall in networking? That's it. Firewall is basically security device or software. What is software? We'll discuss about that. Just think about security device or software that monitor and filter and control incoming and outgoing traffic of your network traffic based on the predefined security rules. What is the predefined security rules? Predefined security rules is basically the rule you are going to create. Access control list going to be there. It could be the policy can be there. Based on your rule, it is going to inspect your traffic. Means it is going to act as a barrier between trusted internal network. As I mentioned, trusted internal network means it's your internal infrastructure network. Means any traffic is on a LAN infrastructure that is known as a trusted internal network. And anything going on the untrusted external network like internet. So you're going from LAN to WAN, when trusted to untrusted, internal to external, or even coming from untrusted to LAN. Every time this is going to monitor each and every activity, and based on that, it is going to prevent this firewall can be based on going to work in two mode, packet filter mode and that the full inspection mode. The packet filter mode means that you're going to be inspect your all packet, and based on that all packet they're going to take an actions. Let me see if my internet is working fine. Okay. I hope I'm audible, guys, right? There's no lag in my side. Kalyani, Suman, it's okay. My voice is coming, right? No issue?
Yes, sir, it's coming.
Okay, that's fine.
But sometimes it is breaking. Like I can't hear anything. After that, it resumes.
Okay.
I'm thinking it might be my network issue.
What was others? Suman, you also feeling the same thing?
No, sir, from my side it's fine.
Yes, sir.
Kalyan,
Yes, sir.
can check from
In
your
in
Wi-Fi once.
between, your voice breaking in somewhere. Not
Okay.
continuously, but in between.
Okay. Let me switch that. Give me 1 second. I'm able to hear you able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Okay. So I was talking about this firewall is going to deploy as a packet filter mode. In this packet filter mode, your source IP, destination IP, source port, destination port, and protocol is going to filter. But if you're going to deploy in the next generation firewall mode, they are going to do more than that. Means packet filter is the basic firewalls, right? Means you're going to do layer 2, layer 3, and like layer 4 informations. But they're going to enforce your policy, allow, deny, drop, unauthorized access. Everything is going to check content filtering, block, malware detections, website content, means everything. Means it's an next generation firewall, and then every actions from your firewall is going to be taken care by your basically uh, any digital transformation is happening from LAN to WAN, then every action is going to firewall is going to be taken care for prevent any kind of authorized access, any kind of content leaking, DLP, that is the same thing, any malware, any kind of the attack is going to happen, that all protected. So this is the firewall, guys. So firewall is basically a defense which is going to act as a cyber defense between the LAN and WAN. Firewall. Fire means fire. There are two words, fire and wall. So this is the wall is having a fire. And if you're trying to cross this wall without having any kind of protections, you're going to kill by inside of the wall because fire and fire is always going to kill. All right. That's the firewall. So whenever going to enter the firewall, that means you have to be make sure you have the right protections. Else, if there's no right protections, you are going to be killed by inside of the firewalls, means you are going to be totally dropped by the firewalls. This is the key difference of the firewalls. Any questions about the firewalls? Anyone have? Or we are good? You guys can give me thumbs up. If all good, if any questions, you can just, raise your hand, ask your questions as well. Else, I will consider everyone is good. Now, let me talk about
Yes,
vendor.
sir.
Okay, thank you, Suman. Let me talk about the vendors and why you should learn the FortiGate firewall and why you should learn the Palo Alto firewall or Cisco firewall. What are the key difference between these two all vendors? Why I choose the FortiGate firewall? So one thing you have to understand, guys. One thing we have to understand, there are the many popular firewall available in the market. Like FortiGate is one of them, Palo Alto is another, Checkpoint is another, Cisco is another. But out of these all four firewall, top leaders are always going to be either FortiGate or Palo Alto in a market. There two firewall is the leaders of means basically checkpoint also leaders of market, but always very top. You're going to find FortiGate or Palo Alto. Sometime going to FortiGate is a top. Sometime Palo Alto is going to be in top. So why I choose the FortiGate firewall? Why I choose Palo Alto firewall? Why I choose Checkpoint firewall? Why I choose the Cisco SA firewall? And why not I choose the Cisco SA firewall or FortiGate firewall or Palo Alto firewall? So there are some kind of the ratings. Every product you are going to purchase in the market, they review their ratings. What is the good thing about the firewall? What is the bad thing about the firewall? So you are going to take a decisions. If you have a two product and you have to compare, and you just compare with the features, their durability, their after sales service, their tax support, a lot of things are going to be happen. So similarly, in this slide, we are going to understand we have the multiple things: security performance, value for money, implementations, management, support, and cloud features. And these are the ratings. So you can see if I compare with the FortiGate and Palo Alto firewall, the security performance are top notch for the both of them. Means both are excellent in the security performance. Means when you're going to apply for security inspection of the any traffic, they are the top notch in the market of the firewalls. Value for money, this FortiGate is very lucrative, means very lower price firewall available, but Palo Alto is always going to be higher end. So price FortiGate win here. And that's the reason FortiGate is too much popular in the market, only for the price. Same firewall, if you're going to, let's think about Apple iPhone, and one of the might be the Vivo or Samsung you're going to purchase, might be Samsung, Vivo, Apple having the equal kind of a feature. But pricing of Apple is going to be always higher because they are the premium product. Similar way, Palo Alto is a very premium product, and their price is always going to be higher with the any other vendors. But FortiGate also offering the similar premiumness. They have the best security features, but their price is lower than. That's why it's a very popular. Implementation, you can see Palo Alto is leading. It's like lower than, means it's a very good, but best is the Palo Alto. Even see the, you can see the management. Palo Alto is a great. FortiGate is like very good. Support, Palo Alto is the good, and it's a just good. It's a very good and it's just good. Support, tag support of the Palo Alto is very good. Cloud feature, Palo Alto having a great cloud feature. So most of the sections, Palo Alto is releasing, FortiGate is lacking. But the only things is the price, and price matter a lot. Price matter a lot, guys. Even some feature is lesser for the any product. People are always go for the price. They are thinking I can save the money, so why not I can just go with that product which having the lower price. So you can see this is the key difference. Similarly, if you go and compare with the other vendors, you can just compare with other vendor. If you want to compare this FortiGate with a Checkpoint, you can see Checkpoint is lacking most of the case. Implementation is good, right? But the value of money is again costly. It's good. Best is management is little bit good and it's a very good. But you can support is the best in compared to Checkpoint. And you can see cloud feature. Cloud feature is good for the Checkpoint. Here cloud feature is lower. Cisco, if you compare, Cisco is going to lag in every sections. This is not my research. This is research done by the esecurityplanet.com. You can just open this website. You can find this research option. What are options? So I mean to say, FortiGate is a great product. They have the great security features. They are great value for money because the cost is very good. Implementation is also good. Management is also good. Support a little bit not as compared to the Palo Alto or might be the Cisco. Cisco having a great support. Cloud feature is also okay, good. So that's why if you are going to learn the FortiGate firewall, FortiGate firewall having the very good customer base across the globe because of their price and their features. So there is a high chance you are going to get a good opportunity in the market. And by getting the good opportunity in the market, you're going to leverage good salary hike, and you're also going to get like a lot of implementation scenario, a lot of troubleshooting scenario, and get a lot of learning. And once you have the good learning, good product knowledge, you're even going to get a lot of good professional growth available in the market. And trust me, guys, if someone is doing the firewalls, any of the firewalls, I'm not talking the FortiGate only. Let me talk about what is the average CTC in India available for the firewall engineer. So if you're going to belong 3 to 5 year of experience, right? If you're going to belong This bracket is quite big. You can easily get from 10 to 20 LPA. People are getting. If you are going to get from the 5 to 10, right? Year experience, you can easily get from 15 to 40 LPA. Very easily. There is no difficult. If you have 10 plus year of experience, and you have the good product knowledge, I'm talking the Palo Alto, FortiGate, even Checkpoint, you can get easily 20 to 40 plus LPA in the market. This is the current Indian market. It's a very, I'm just talking about the lower side. It's not very higher side, but you have that much like your experience range, and you have the good knowledge of the firewalls. Any firewalls, any good product. If you have the multiple firewall, like you have the good knowledge of FortiGate firewall plus Palo Alto, it's going to be great opportunity in the market. It's going to be always great opportunity in the market. Means these numbers are just, cakewalk for you. Even the Palo Alto itself is going to give that much CTC. FortiGate itself is going to get a good CTC. But if you have them both, that's going to be always upper hand. You don't have to too much stressed about the getting the CTC. Just you have to brush up your knowledge. You have to apply the right job. You have to crack the interview. And this 30, 40 LPA is just, peanuts in the market for this kind of engineers. But most important, guys, most engineers are always ignore the networking fundamental. I am training people almost since 8 to 9 years. And I have seen when we start learning the firewall, we always ignore networking concept. And when talking networking concepts like VLANs, like routing, especially routing, static and dynamic, people are always going to ignore. But trust me, either of the any firewall are going to work. Palo Alto, FortiGate, Checkpoint, they use VLANs concept, right? They use the static routing. They use the dynamic routing. Like you're going to get the BGP, you're going to get the OSPF, RIP. These three protocols you're going to commonly find. There is no EIGRP and all. And anything you want to build in the firewall, anything, the very first thing, only if you want to make any communication on firewall, three things is going to require. And very first thing is going to require the routing. This is the very first thing. If there is no routing, you cannot do anything for the any communication. Trust my words. Check any firewall. I'm not saying like blindly just to say to prove my point. No, it's not like that. Any firewall you configuring any policy, the very first thing is going to check always route. If there is no route, your policy NAT is rubbish. Nothing is going to work for you. So routing is always fundamental. Second is going to be your NAT policy. And third is going to be your security policy. So you have to be always check routing first, then if NAT, if applicable, it's not always required, but if applicable, especially for the internet, it is going to require. NAT is always required for the internet. If you're going to talk in the internet infrastructure, NAT is not required. So NAT policy is going to be always there. Your security policy is going to be always there. Routing is going to be always there. And based on that, your action is going to be taken. So routing, people are always ignore and they always struggle because when you go for the firewall deployment, I will show the demo as well later. So this routing is going to be key thing for you. Clear? And this is the citizen. Now, if I talk about the lab infrastructure, guys, so how the lab is going to happen, let me switch one more time my network to showcase the lab. Let me check if it is working. Okay, let me try one more time. Switch the. So, see, so we are going to offer the lab for this training. This lab is going to be, I'll open with the racks.com. It's like right now I'm out of network. Sorry. So we are going to offer the lab while doing the training. This is the FortiGate training. So FortiGate, we are going to offer lab. These labs are going to be available 24/7. So you can see this is the routing lab. So as I mentioned that routing is very important. So we'll discuss how the OSPF is going to configure, how the BGP is going to configure, how iBGP is going to configure, what is the static route is going to configuration, how it is going to happen. We'll discuss about the vWire deployment. We'll discuss about the interface labs. What are different interface available in the FortiGate firewall? How to configure the VLANs. There are VLANs, aggregated interface. We have the redundant interface, and also we're going to configure the hardware switch or software switch concept as well. User ID, content ID, AD integrations. We'll see that how AD is going to be integrated. Attack, DOS attack, side-to-side VPN, client-to-side VPN, how Forti client is going to install. HA, how are we going to build that? This is the HA lab. So we'll see how HA active, passive, active is going to happen. This all lab we are going to cover. Means you can see multi-VLAN labs. We have one-arm sniffers. We have the AD VPNs lab, vWire lab. So we have the lot of labs. So we are going to offer this labs 24/7. Whenever we're going to start this our module, means already started. Means the lab module is going to be started. You guys are going to get this lab access for next 2 months. And whatever I'm going to demonstrate in the classes, this all you can do in your lab 24/7, round the clock. Anytime you want to do that, you can do that. These labs are going to be accessible from your browser. Like there are URL is going to happen. Let me show how the URL is going to happen. Give me 1 second. Let me fix this internet reachability so I can show you the URL. Right now I lose the connectivity due to some issue, but let me fix it. 7. So you are going to get the URL like this one. Public DNS are going to get like racks.guinet.com.8081. You can see that this URL you can access from anywhere. Across the globe, you can access anywhere. Just need internet access, and then you have to put your username here, like username, and then password. And this is a complete GUINET lab. You can see this is the GUINET labs, and this is our branding, everything you can see. And just you log in, and you're going to get the lab access. Whatever lab you want to do that, you can just find from there. You can do whatever. So we have a lot of labs: CCNS, CCNP, CCIE, Cisco SD-WAN, Cisco ASA, FortiGate Firewall, F5 LTM, G-Scale lab. We have the Versa SD-WAN lab, Cisco SD-WAN lab. So we are going to give based on your enrollment. Means you are enrolled for the FortiGate and Palo Alto, so you're going to get both access. You are going to enroll for the FortiGate, Palo Alto, F5 LTM, means multiple courses, and you're going to get multiple courses access. But you can access from anywhere, and this is going to be accessible from the around the clock. Now let me talk about the class recording. So as I mentioned that all class will be the live class, and all session will be recorded. Right? All classes going to be live class, all session is going to be recorded, and all recording we will get lifetime access from our website and application app. We have apps like we have the app for the iOS, Mac, and for the Android as well. So we are going to get all lifetime access. Plus, we are going to get the study materials access. So anyone after getting this lab access, you're going to get the lifetime access of the videos, and also you're going to get study materials access. And definitely I'm going to mentor for everything. So where are you going to access? There is another website for us for the LMS, learn.guinet.com. This is our website, our domain. From this website, you're going to get all recordings. Every recording is going to be available on this website, and you're going to download if you want to visit that. So we have the complete setup our LMS, everything, which is going to offer each and everything for the all your learning experience, right? So that's all, guys. Any questions, do let me know. I believe that's all for day one. I don't want to go in very detail for day one initially. So do let me know if anyone have any questions, any discussion, if you want to discuss with me, so I can take that. Yes, Arun, please go ahead.
Sir, actually, primary and secondary concept, those firewall will sync. So how does this sync happens? Although it is too early, but if primary is configured and we are going to sync to the secondary, so how this management IP firewall will take a next IP on its own, or we will have to come? Some people
No,
say
no,
it
when
will
you
take
build
it
the
on us.
cluster, when you build the cluster, HA cluster, I will show you this all. So when you build the HA cluster in the firewall, especially the FortiGate, both firewall will having the only one management IP, and that is going to be your primary firewall management IP. It's automatically going to take. You don't have to define the configuration. Whatever the management IP configure both of the firewall, only primary firewall management IP is going to be reachable in case of the HA cluster. I will show you that. Okay.
Okay, and the host name will have to define, na?
Yes, both having the unique host name. That's going to remain same. But if you want to log in, even both firewall separately with a management IP only. So there is a concept that is the known as the there is a concept in the FortiGate firewall. I just give me 1 second. There is a concept of the Forti firewall. HA config setup in FortiGate. Let me show that there's a concept of the FortiGate firewall. This concept, management interface reservation. So if you want to really log in individual firewall, so this need to enable management interface reservation. So this will, there is two interface. One is the predefined management interface for the firewall. Once you build a cluster, that will going to definitely allow to log in only one firewall. But if you want to log in both firewall at the same time, then you have to enable this management interface reservation, and you have to give the IP of the both firewall different IP address from the same range. Then you can log in it. I will show this. Okay, Arun?
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? Avinash, Kalyani, Ritesh, Suman. Suman, any question from your side?
Yes, sir. Sir, like in our environment, we are using FortiGate firewall on premises, and also we are having some that deployed SD-WAN in that.
Your,
Like I have,
your voice was lost in between. Can you come again? Can you ask again?
yeah. Is it fine, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Like in our premises, we are having FortiGate on-premises devices. Like we are deploying with SD-WAN inside the SD-WAN, firewall SD-WAN. Like I built for one site, some another location to my location. I'm sitting Hyderabad location. Tech built I was done. Like through that WAN IP, which one
Give
ISP
me 1 second.
provided?
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me switch my network. I believe my side having issue. Give me 1 second.
Yes.
Suman, please ask a question, ma'am. Suman,
Yes, sir.
please go ahead.
Like
Now,
yes, sir. I'm sitting at Hyderabad, sir. Hyderabad to Coimbatore, I unable to access Coimbatore firewall. So I seen that there is no tunnel on that. So I want to Hyderabad to Coimbatore. I have built IPsec tunnel. In that IPsec, I have used that static route. Okay, in that IKE2 version, I have given default route for both side. But the tunnel is up, but I unable to reach the destination.
I will explain this in the IPsec tunnel. Okay, you will understand that. I will explain how the routing. That's such a routing is a very problematic. Okay, so there are a lot of things I need to cover, and I will cover that. Okay, Suman, don't worry.
Yeah,
I will cover this.
yeah, sir. Sir, if any doubt, if I can
Yes, please ask. You
show
can
in my
show
environment,
you can show your screen if you want. I will take your query in the FortiGate firewall. Don't worry. In the upcoming classes. Okay.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys.
Uh,
Yes,
Sir,
Glenn, please
I
go
have a
ahead.
small in today's class, I have heard a few norms like DDoS, IPS, which I am completely unaware of. Will we be going to like explain them in clear in
Yes.
future
So I
classes,
didn't
or
explain today course content, but we are going to cover these all things. You can see antivirus profile, web filtering, DNS, DDoS. DDoS is also going to integrate. DDoS feature is available in the FortiGate firewall. So I will show this in tomorrow class, and I will explain this module, what I'm going to cover and how it is going to cover. DDoS is 100% going to cover IPS, IDS, DNS filtering, application filtering, intrusion prevention. This all is going to cover. Okay, Kalyani?
yeah.
Sir, Jadish,
Yes, please. Yes, please.
sir, for the lab session, we will be doing the configuration ourselves, or will you demonstrate and we will follow later on?
Yeah, basically, I will explain in the class, okay, every configuration, and you have to go with my videos, or you can make your note and you do by yourself, because the class is going to be just 2 hour, 2.5 hour. So I need to demonstrate, and then you can do by yourself. During the class, if you all are going to do that, then it's very difficult to complete the session, right? So I will demonstrate everything that is going to record it, and you can just follow my recordings. And if you have any doubt, you can ask in this class. But you have to do by yourself.
Yeah,
Same
okay.
lab. Okay.
We have to made our labs, right?
That is same topology is going to be there in the our lab sections. Same topologies, everything is going to be available. You just have to follow the lab and you have to do that.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Chalo, see you tomorrow, and I will continue from here. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.